Titans and the Colts here. Titans on the road, laying 2.5, and the total is 43. No doubt the Colts seem to kind of open at least as a pick 'em, right, in this one. And I don't know. I mean, I get it. You got another rookie quarterback in there, but it's my guy. It's Anthony Richardson. He's back, right? We'll check the injury report, but I'm pretty sure we're expecting Richardson. Now, we're not putting him up there at this point with C.J. Stroud, but and right now, I guess the story with Richardson is he's injury prone. That bothers me a little bit because so far, like what I see out of a rookie quarterback. Now, of course, the big news here, I mean, again, it kind of goes against what we're seeing with the line to me. But Jonathan Taylor, he's upgraded to questionable. That's great news. I know he's still got the questionable tag, but I don't know. I'm watching this guy's injury history. Questionable is almost a probable tag for him. Now, maybe he won't be in there this week. Maybe that's where the news is built in. Okay, I'm sure it's built in the fact that yes, the Colts in their 2 wins so far. Okay, they've been a little shit, but they've won on the road. That's they lost at home. They won on the road. Hey, that's one thing. You want to win your home games. I get that. But, they've had some offense, not only with Richardson, but with the stash as well. This total sitting currently at 43. It was as low as 42, but 3 of the 4 Colts games have gone over so far. And, man, this move to the Titans, I just doesn't feel quite right. I don't think anybody's too excited about the Titans at this point, are they? The Colts seem to have a decent building situation. You want to say, hey, you know what, Irsay's kind of goofy, finds a way to screw things up or whatever, but seems like he's hired a pretty good coach. The Titans are in a situation where they do cover a lot of games in this type of role, especially coming off of a win. They're 12-6 against the spread their last 18. In closely rated games under a field goal, 10-5-1 against the spread their last 16. Division games on the road, they're 9-3 against the spread last 12. And the Colts, they're not really in the best position. They don't cover games at home very well, 7-12 their last 19. But I don't want to lay points on the road at all with the Titans in this spot. And I hope Anthony Richardson doesn't get hurt. I am more talking about each rookie quarterback for what it is. And I think Bryce Young can still go, I'm fine with it. Right now, I'm fine with Anthony Richardson starting these games. I'm not in favor of him being behind, I think having Andy Dalton out there is a little bit different than having the stash out there. I'd take Richardson right now, plus he can run. He's proven it. Look at the rushing touchdowns. This guy's already kind of, setting the pace a little bit, ahead of pace for a rookie quarterback, how many times he scores rushing touchdowns. That's good. That's a good sign. That's a real good sign. So I like what the Colts are doing. And the Titans have had 2 games so far where they haven't even scored a touchdown. We know Tannehill. It's hit and miss, right? Right now it's a miss. It's not. Tannehill stock, his arrow is red and pointing down at this point. You still have his moment. You're not giving up on Tannehill. This is your guy. This is your guy, and you're the Titans. And if anything, right now you're going to be looking at a, kind of a situation where we're going to take you as far as the combination of players is going to get you when you're talking about the Titans. So the Colts have, the one problem they have is the rushing defense um, here, and uh, Titans obviously can run the ball. So maybe that's part of the line move. I don't know. I just come on here. I watch a lot of talking heads. I think, maybe the Titans, because they're supposedly better than the Colts, right? And they probably are, but this is still NFL football. I want to take home dogs. Thomas Lewis says, what about Tennessee coach um, Mike Vrabel? What about, I think he's pretty good, Thomas. I definitely think that they definitely look. The Colts, they're learning, right? They're a coaching staff that's learning. I just think looks like they made the right choice. I think Colts are going in the right direction. They've scored at least 21 points in all 4 games so far. This is the Colts. Not a lot of expectations. They didn't have a lot of expectations. They've exceeded expectations, right, so far. Now the Titans have been owning these guys of late. They've won and covered the last 4 meetings, remember, and these are division opponents. So for Tennessee, they've covered 5 of the last 6 trips in here. And but for me, I want to take these points at home. I'm taking it plus 2.5 here on the screen, but this is a pro football game, so I'm going to be buying it up to 3. I'm going to be buying up to 3.5, as much as I can afford. I'm buying a few extra points with a home team in an NFL game where I'm expecting it to be certainly decided by around a field goal. It feels like to me no more than a field goal victory for the Titans. That'd have to be the maximum result for me. I don't see the Titans here winning by more than, even a touchdown in this one. And I'm pro Anthony Richardson at this point. Hope he doesn't get hurt. Hope he is the one that remains in, and hope he stays cool. Hope he does the things that we saw him do. Remember, hello, Stephen. Nice to have you. And no, in fact, Mindy, she's got her own show now, and it comes on at 1 Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. Midday plays. She's joined by her sister. They preview a couple of games, give out a couple of picks, a couple of trends, and it's a great show. And it's at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. So I thought that they were taking her away, and I was sad. But then when I saw that she had her, I was so happy and excited again. So it's tough here without Mindy. Believe me, it was a life-changing year. But and I'm not supposed to get into it anymore. But thank you for your comments on that. All right, so the Colts for me as a home dog. That's where I'm going. They haven't looked good at home. They're supposed to be better at home. I think Colts can be a little bit excited about their potential. The Titans are often fueled by disappointment. Derrick Henry always needs more carries, but also Derrick Henry does need. He needs. What do they call it in the workload management? Right, Derrick Henry really. We want to feed him, but we need to save him for those moments because he is a guy, right? We're always thinking about those times at the end of the season when the Titans, at this point, last couple, like they're finally at that moment where their season is on the line. They're running short of their, goals and whatnot, and you just need a few more yards. And you think about Derrick Henry, and he's getting the ball, and you just wish some of those games he wasn't getting 35 carries or whatever. But he, as far as workload backs in the league, there's nothing, nobody better maybe than Derrick Henry. But just look at the way running backs are treated here a little bit, and what here's the thing: when other teams aren't spending on running backs, you should spend on running backs. Kind of like the old fantasy theory, right? And I don't know. If anything, maybe some of these GMs should try being in fantasy leagues and trying to manage running backs off the waiver wire and things like that. Because I don't want to ever call a football player a dime a dozen, but um, running backs are only as good as their parts, right? That's the most terrible thing about the position are the catastrophic injuries because it while it sucks to get one, once you do, and if you're a running back with someone who can look, there's a difference between a bruising basher that he could come back and still never probably going to get that power back, or well, the rehab you can, but the breakaway speed guys. Who's the guy? You guys that just this season has made a comeback, and he got injured again, right? The Ravens running back who's already been injured. Oh my God, you guys! And he was running, and he couldn't run. He had already come back from surgery, and he was running down the field very slowly because he's like not even all the way back. You're like, God, this guy was really great. Um, TJ Duckett, what's his name? You guys. I'm really good. I'm so you guys know I'm really great with personnel. I think more brain cells have left my brain over the years. That's what it is. But you saw he's already out for the season. You guys know who it is. Anyways, here let's be on the Colts in this one and hope for more running backs. Stay with it, running backs. You can get your chance. I mean, they're not like going away. All right, you can't. There's always going to be someone to pay out there that's above the rest. But the short term, it's going to be hard. It's hard to get long term contracts for running backs, and the ones that are highly paid, are kind of being retro paid, like when they do a job for several years and they were always underpaid. So,